Hello, YouTube. It is time for some Black Thought. Oh man, Global is in burst era now, and I should have made this video earlier, but I didn't. Better late than never, though. We are going to be talking about the upcoming schedule, my thoughts, my opinions as a JP player during this time, and what I'm going to correspondingly, is that a word, be doing in the global version. And without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. On the screen, don't pay attention. I am going to be optimizing my time talking by also farming Ramu boards, Jesus, Ultimate in the background. It doesn't require a book now, which means I am free to dick around. It's great. All right, Squall has already happened. He already slowed down the servers. You already know. Squall is an interesting case because he's viable DPS. I don't know who's melee out DPSing him in the AoE department for a very long time. People like to act like he was instantly crept. It's not the case, and we're going to see a bunch of Squall showcases from people proving that to not be the case. So if you're trying to slander Squall, kind of goofy. And I know a lot of y'all pulled anyways. I'm not trying to hear it. Not trying to hear it. I know people pulled. Y'all realize that he's strong. Ate your words. That rework put you in your place. I don't know, man. He'll be synergy for a good 2 weeks. I recommend. I've said it a billion times, but I recommend pulling the 3-event synergy just so you can get more challenge quests out of the way. Because those tokens, while they're minuscule right now, getting them over time adds up. So I recommend trying to do as many as possible. Squall's a good investment. He'll be good at Dimensions End, etc. Great melee DPS. Can't go wrong. Everyone else on this banner isn't really important, though. I mean, Tifa. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. Orin's really good. Orin got a stellar rework and EX Plus. He's got better delays. His attacks splash and they hit hard. Only melee resist down aside from Gilgamesh. He's just all around great. One of the few eye break down debuffers. Can't get mad at that. As for the rest of the banner, everyone else is kind of outdated. Tifa is still good, but she's not like crushing it like she used to. Kate Sith, the only the only healer for this challenge. Although you don't need him as a healer, you can just rely on Alex. But what's it? Greg getting boards. He's solid. I mean, he's not bad. But I mean, going forward with LDs, you're not pulling for the EXs on the banner unless they're new. They're new EX pluses, and even then, it's probably everyone else is probably just not worth it. So keep that in mind. Mainly when evaluating a banner, and this is going to apply to everything going forward. I'd say look at it from the view of what don't I have. I guess it'd be good to pick this up. Really, that's the mindset I try to have going into the banners, and you can see that on my pull video. I'm an idiot. Nice thumbnail. I was just trying to fill out what I didn't have. Max the weapons so I don't have to worry about them later. They'll just be power stones. Once a weapon's maxed, I don't have to care about it. And if I need to get someone off the bench, I can. No big deal. But yeah, as for the cannon raid, it was melee only. If you brought an enchanter, you didn't care about that. The normal chaos is pretty straightforward. The challenge is a bit more tricky. Check out Magnolia and Dissidia Info's Call to Arms for people who are doing runs. I've even seen Kate Sys 35 CP run, so just leave it up to Global's ingenuity to figure out some good ways to get through that stage if you're stuck. I pulled, obviously. Like I said, I'm getting into this a little backlogged. But that's because I see the power in Squall. I keep saying it. I'm going to invest in all the 3 event synergies just because it's optimal for doing the challenge quests, which I plan to complete all of them. So follow my words on that. Moving on, we have Garland. Ooh boy, Garland coming back. He didn't get a rework, but he didn't need it. They gave him 120% attack up on his LD instead. Ooh boy. He's got a defense and speed down aura, which is insane. His delay buff is pretty much up permanently, so he does not care. He's setting enemy bosses back pretty much permanently, especially because he has that speed down going for him. They're not going to get many turns with Garland on the team. He does a lot of damage, and he pushes them back, and he shuts them down, denying them. And he now has some added benefit to the party. which is great. I enjoy playing Garland a lot. His animations are really satisfying. It looks like he's having fun swinging around his big ass sword. I'm pulling for him tickets because I got a lot of tickets right now. Everything on that banner is a power stone for me, aside from Garland's LD, but I don't really care about that. I never have and I never will because I want to play Garland, so I'm pulling for Garland. Everyone else on the banner is just an accessory. The chaos is pretty much the same as it was on the event. Not terribly notable. It's not going to feel as bad because we actually have tools to deal with it now. I don't think the turns are too tight. If the turns aren't tight anymore, or we have sufficient DPS to handle it, it's magic resist and immune to speed down debuffs. So I mean that's something. Quistis can still work there, but her debuff won't work. Neither will Zidon's, I guess, but I still use them in JP there, so whatever. Yeah, nothing really too remarkable about that last chapter. It's going to be kind of sleeps. Garland's real good. I used him, and actually he was just using the Ramu Lufenia with delayed cheese with Kais. So Ramu's not, I mean, Garland's not going to, some DPS is just going to die because you didn't see him much in videos. He's really good. He's really, really, really good. I mean, he's damn good. He's fun too, so I'm pulling because I don't plan. I'm gonna be going to the Ami Chaos. Ami as a whole, I'm not a big fan of the character because I'm kind of, as of late in JP, everyone and their mom has a debuff, and I feel like I'm fighting for debuff slots constantly, and I don't feel that Ami's 6 frame debuffs kind of limits your team compositions. That being said, Ami's broken. Friend unit, main party, deleting turns. It gives you infinite breathing room for a very long time. Ami will help you coast through a lot of content. Somewhat. Obviously, you still got to build a valid team around Ami, but that's a good unit. That's a good unit right there, and I don't know what they were thinking with turn deletion. I think the hype speaks for itself, so I'm not going to speak too much on that. But we'll see how that plays out. I can't convince anyone otherwise, I don't think. And I don't want to talk too much on the unit, especially because I don't really know how they work in the first place, because I'm not going to pull, probably. Lael's on the banner. He already had boards. Deuce is on the banner getting boards. It's not going to save Deuce. She's still kind of sorry. But it's a nice little nod. Oh, let me talk about Garland's challenge quest real quick. There's only 4 choices as opposed to the Raid Chaos, which has 6. Warrior Light might be required for it. I don't know. I don't think I've seen any Warrior Lightless runs unless you delay infinitely with Garland, which I don't think is possible. So, but everyone and their mom is Warrior Light probably. Probably even a 35 CP or 15 CP Warrior Light to work here. Your miles may vary, obviously. But as long as you stay alive, just bring Alex for extra heals if you need it. Probably don't. Provided you have the characters, it's not a terrible challenge. Just bring enough DPS because it is kind of thick. It does get a defense spike near the end, so just be aware of that. I don't think you can Brave cheese it. I'd love to test that just for the regular chaos. Moving on. Ami chaos. The notable, so Ami deletes turns, right, and has turn rate down on one of her frames. The thing about the chaos is that after every action you take, it delays you 1 turn. That includes like C65s, instant turn rate skills like Penelo's skill 1 or something. Everything, every time you act, you'll get pushed back to 1 turn. And there's some stupid looking snails, and they go into their shells and they do a massive defense spike. And if you don't shave that down, whatever brave they have, obviously they're going to come out of their shell and they're going to hurt you with it. It's also range resist, because Garland's melee and the rest of the banner's magic. So yeah, range is out unless you enchant. It's actually kind of a tricky fight if you don't have adequate tools for it. Like if you bring some kind of speed down, that's a real, or delay, that's a real good choice. Or Eldnarch can lock it down as well. Eldnarch with an enchant, he'll shut the fight down. But I'm curious to see. I think this fight's not going to be quite on people's radar. I think it's going to be one of those divisive chaos where like, oh wow, this chaos was a joke, and they use like they use Ami, double Ami, and don't do the challenge. I feel like we're gonna get a lot of that, which is gonna be annoying per usual. But it same thing happened with Ulti Chaos. So I mean, just point and laugh at those clowns. Um, Challenge is a little trickier. You got 5 choices: Garland, Ami, Squall, Deuce, Lael. It's possible to do Squall, Deuce, Lael. Actually, I think any combination between the team members is possible. Because at least one of them is always going to have some kind of speed down. Garland with his LD or speed down. Ami with the turn rate down. I think she has speed down. Don't quote me. And Lael with the speed down debuff on his what's it called? On his skill 1. So it's possible. You just need to make sure to not get nuked by the turtles after they pop out of their shell. Delays will help with that, or just hard hitting DPS like Squall and Garland. So while it's a bit of a tricky fight, nothing insurmountable, but just don't get surprised by any of the mechanics. Yeah, Ami's a great character. I just don't really have interest in the character. One, I haven't played the game, so I don't know. 2, I don't think they look that cool. I mean, I'd rather just abuse the friend unit. But I'm itching to pull slightly because I don't have any. I want to finish off these Deuce weapons. That's a horrible reason to pull. But I do it a little too much. Where I'm like, oh, I want to round out because I hate looking at like 2 limit broken weapons. But I'm gonna stay strong and not pull. Sorry, Deuce. Sorry, and I have Lael already, so it's whatever. He's 1 out of 3. I'll do the challenge with Lael, Garland, and Squall. Hopefully I can get Squall's burst. If I don't get Squall's burst, pulling for Garland, my finger might get a little itchy. And maybe I'll throw some tickets on. But we'll see where that leads me. Hopefully not. I need to stay strong. Anywho. Moving on. Oh yeah, Garland challenge, by the way. I'm gonna use Garland, Warrior Light, and probably Sephiroth, because I haven't used him in a minute. Anyways. Next we have Toto's burst in LD. Her burst effect, I believe, is weakness damage up like 50%, something crazy like that. And it also lets the party break the brave damage cap, so you can go up to I think it's 11998 maybe. That's pretty cool. It's made for elemental units to abuse because their damage is going to skyrocket while under Toto. As for LD, it is a framed. It's a 100% AOE, and it is a framed defense, 100% defense down plus 1 turn paralyzed, which is very useful. Very, very useful. Can be clutch in a bunch of moments. The chaos fight is magic only. It resists physical and ranged because the whole banner is magic. You also got Alice's rework. I don't want to speak too much on her, but I know she's very good. I know some of my buddies used her and raved about her. So she's a solid magic damage dealer. She does a lot of single target damage, and she's got splash on one of her rotation abilities now. Can't go wrong there. Toto's looking good too. Porum, one other notable thing is that Porum's board, she gets like 20% defense down up. That was horribly phrased. Her defense down right now is at 60%. Her defense down after boards will be 80%. That made more sense. I'm going to be boarding Porum immediately. Porum's a beast. I'm also pulling for Toto's LD. I'm going to be using gems of that banner because I don't have Toto's EX. I don't have Alice's EX, and I don't have Aiko's EX. So that is a good banner to gem on because I have nothing. Worst case scenario, I get the pity and I don't have Toto's EX or LD. I still have my EX tokens left over from order. I saved them for a moment like that, for missing a protagonist. So if I don't get it there, I've got my insurance plan. So yeah, good banner for me. And I'll be doing the challenge with Porum, Shantotto, and probably Lulu. Yeah, probably Lulu because I got her at 0 to 3 in perfect art, so I want to flex that Lulu one more time. See how that goes. Ultimecia, her LD is kind of whack on release. Don't get it twisted for her LD. boards that she gets in the future. Her base LD, it gets her up to 5 stacks instantly, which is nice. She needed that. No more ramp up. It gives her a bit of a regen buff that she can use. It gives her extra overflow, I think so also, which is nice. Nothing. It's a single dump. Yeah, I'm kind of coming back from the memory bank because I'm used to the new version now. She's still same old ulti. She got better longevity. She's got less ramp up. That's pretty much it. Her chaos fight is pretty much the exact same, just more HP. It still has that stupid gravity restriction, but it's the same fight, but we have more tools to deal with it. So we'll see a lot more flexibility, and it won't be as gatekeeping. Still a stupid fight, but you know the deal. Come on, Emperor, kill it. He's got it. Yeah. Paine is getting her EX plus. I think the big things from Paine's EX plus are she gets skill recovery of skill 1. Her EX damage goes up, obviously, and her debuffs and aura. Her debuff aura and her buff aura get stronger. So she basically gets better at what she does. The sad thing, her damage didn't get too much better, but she can spam abilities a bit more. So it's kind of a trade-off. She's still a really slot efficient debuffer / buffer. So she's alone in that niche. But she's pretty cool. I think she got a lot of undue hate in JP from people who expected her to shoot meteors out of her ass and just 1-0 turn chaos. And I predict heavily, let me use this Emperor friend, we're going to see a lot of very creative Paine runs. Because I think, shout out to Belial, we're just realm runs. Realm of, yikes, I don't remember, sorry, but. Oh, yikes, whoops. People are going to make Paine work, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm excited for it. I'm not going to invest myself. I'm pulling on ulti because I don't want to pull for her later because her later banner is even worse for me. I can get Paine dupes on this banner as well. Emperor's BT. I thought it was whack at first because I was expecting the PSP one, but that's actually pretty cool. LD. Ooh, man. Yeah, that's quite the effect. Sorry. Yeah, hopefully I can get Paine maxed out from pulling for ulti. That's probably a ticket banner for me. Nothing very remarkable to say about that. Lastly, we have Dash, who I slept on and slandered in JP because I thought it was ugly with his stupid onesie. But he was actually really good because we didn't have the foresight to know about how ridiculous that Brave reduction might get, and Dash with his elemental damage up was clearly a no-brainer for getting around that. I think his Thunder itself animation also looks really cool. And I actually, I'm a liar. I have him in JP. I was pulling for Onion Knight when I got his LD, but I never invested in him. So when his Lost Chapter comes around, I'll be sure to build him again. But he looks fun. I'm still not too familiar with this kit, so I won't speak too much on it. I know he has some RNG sort of paralyzed thing going for him. Is it? He's either paralyzed or defense down. He's got some weird Brave down too. He's just basically got some shenanigans. He's also got heals and Brave damage reduction for the party. Sounds and looks fun, so I'm for it. Dash runs from this, for me, will be cool. I need to do more Dessel runs, actually, now I think about it. That's a different story. As for his Chaos, that one, I have memory gaps, and usually my rule for memory gaps, it wasn't that impactful, but as I've been going back and thinking through these fights, maybe they weren't, because I kept using Synergy. His fight is a Spark Eye reskin that I don't know how it works. I know it's still got the thing where if you summon before they turn they don't buff, and then you can just freeze them indefinitely with Shantotto's LD paralyze. But I know that they hit hard, they hit often, and they cleanse debuffs often. As for the resists, it's at least not melee resist, because Onion Knight and what's his name, Yang are synergy. As for range, it might be range resist. I don't remember. There's no reason it wouldn't be. So keep that in mind. Yeah, they're just some nasty Nasty birds. That one might catch people off guard. I wish I could offer some insight on it, but I don't have any because I forgot. And that's why you come to this, because I don't remember everything. I am a human, and I'm the best. Was there anything else notable this month I wanted to talk about? It's a versus height. It's a straightforward month, though. I mean, I'm pulling on everything except Ami, and even then I might pull there. So I got the resources. Why not spend them? What the fuck? I mean, I haven't used gems since Aranea, but that wasn't on purpose. I didn't notice until somebody pointed it out to me. I just didn't pull as often because I'd usually been cashing in on my previous pulls, like with Aerith, or this last month I had Quistis and Charlotta, and who the fuck else came out last month? I had people already, so I'm like, I don't need to pull. I usually like build like 4 characters a month, and I did exactly that. It just didn't really require me to pull, which is how it happened. But now with LDs and stuff, not like I'm coasting off of those previous investments, so I'm pulling. And I advise you to do, especially if you have a massive stash, don't get too attached to your stash, or else you're going to end up hating the game when you miss out on challenge quests and stuff. I said this earlier, and I plan to go back to that challenge quest video and do a retrospective on that as well. Play the game, man. That's all I got to say. Play the game. Don't stress. Play this game to have fun. If you're freaking out, not enjoying the game, really reevaluate why you're playing in the first place. That's all I got to say on that. So I pulled on Squall, tickets on Garland, questionable tickets on Ami. Depending on how much, well, definitely gems on Toto, unless I'm at ticket cap for some reason. Tickets on Ulti, and probably gems on Dash. Maybe tickets. It just depends on what I have at the moment. And yeah, that's all I got. This was shorter than my JP video because I didn't have as much to ramble about. This month is hella straightforward. All these investments, I will say this, will come back to pay off like Squall did. Squall's paying off in JP right now. Ulti paid off in JP by coming out their LD boards. Everyone who's getting an LD now is going to come back hitting hard with their boards. You don't have to pull again. It's kind of like EX Plus. So you can use them now in their prime, and then you can get them back later, and you still have a good investment. Toto's guaranteed to come back strong. We already know Ulti came back strong. Garland's a pro, Decidia rep, so he's going to come back strong. I mean, the evidence is right there. It's just whether you choose to believe it or not, and whether you want to play for the now or play for the later. I play for the now, and then it ends up working in the future anyways. If I can do it without foresight, y'all can work too. I mean, that's all I got to say on that. I've been talking for like an hour straight. 2 back-to-back videos. I'm goddamn tired. Y'all better like this shit, subscribe, drop a comment on something. Share this video around if you please, or not. It's up to you. Just imagine that I'm giving you angry looks because you're not giving me money. Or what am I talking about? I'm cutting this off. All right, have a good one, y'all. Peace.